Welcome to Grand Prix, your go-to channel for the fastest updates in Formula One. We've got 3 hot stories for you, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay ahead of the pack. Let's get started. Isaac Hadar has officially been selected to take a seat with Red Bull's B team next season, stepping in to replace Lian Lawson. Lawson, on the other hand, is set to move up to the main team, where he will race alongside reigning champion Max Verstappen. This announcement alone was enough to generate buzz. But what truly caught fans and pundits off guard was Hadar's response when asked about his favorite Formula One driver. Rather than naming a current or former Red Bull driver, Hadar offered an honest and heartfelt answer that surprised many. His hero is none other than Lewis Hamilton. The British driver, a 7-time world champion and one of Red Bull's fiercest rivals over the years, has been a source of admiration for Hadar since he was just a toddler. In his own words, Hadar shared that he grew up watching Hamilton's remarkable career unfold, from his debut in Formula One to his record-breaking achievements on the track. Hadar didn't stop there. He explained how Hamilton's dominance, skill, and consistency have inspired him throughout his journey to becoming a professional driver. For Hadar, Hamilton isn't just a great driver. He's the most complete competitor in the sport today and, in his opinion, the greatest of all time. He praised Hamilton's ability to perform under pressure, adapt to changing circumstances, and continually push the boundaries of what is possible in Formula One. This candid declaration, however, has sparked an interesting discussion among fans and within the motorsport community. Given that Hadar is joining the Red Bull family, some have questioned whether it was wise to publicly name Hamilton, an iconic figure of Mercedes and Red Bull's biggest rival in recent years, as his favorite driver. Should he have chosen a Red Bull-affiliated driver, such as Sebastian Vettel or even Max Verstappen, to better align with his new team and its values? Supporters of Hadar argue that his honesty is refreshing and demonstrates character. Formula One, after all, is a sport built on passion and individuality, and Hadar's choice reflects his personal journey and the profound impact Hamilton has had on his life. Others, however, point out that in the high-stakes world of Formula One, political savvy and team loyalty are just as important as driving skill. They suggest that naming a Red Bull driver might have been a more strategic choice, particularly as he steps into this new role within the team. Hadar's choice to openly express his admiration for Hamilton adds a fascinating layer to the ever-intense rivalry between Mercedes and Red Bull. It also invites fans to revisit the age-old debate: who truly deserves the title of the greatest driver in Formula One history? For Hadar, the answer is clear. Hamilton is the benchmark, the man to beat, and the ultimate inspiration. But what about you? Do you agree with Hadar that Hamilton is the greatest driver of all time? Or do you think Hadar should have shown loyalty to his new team by choosing a Red Bull-affiliated icon? Share your thoughts, and let's keep this debate alive. The world of motorsport never truly comes to a halt, not even during the holiday season. This time, the spotlight is on Sergio Perez, who was recently announced as the latest casualty in Formula One's highly competitive environment. The Mexican driver, after a tumultuous 2024 season, finds himself without a seat for 2025. However, according to reports from the Spanish newspaper Marca, Perez is already exploring avenues to remain active in motorsport, and the name Ferrari has emerged as a potential opportunity. But before fans get their hopes up, it's important to clarify: this isn't about a return to a Formula One seat. Instead, the rumors suggest that Perez could join Ferrari's World Endurance Championship (WEC) team. Ferrari, a dominant force in the WEC, has proven its prowess by securing back-to-back victories at the iconic 24 Hours of Le Mans. Their current setup includes 2 factory cars and an additional entry managed by the customer team AF Course. A role in such a prestigious program could offer Perez a fresh start in motorsport and allow him to stay in the spotlight. However, the situation is far from straightforward. Multiple sources indicate that the likelihood of Perez securing a seat in one of Ferrari's cars is slim. The driver lineups for the upcoming WEC season have already been confirmed, particularly for the 2 main factory cars. These lineups, consisting of 6 drivers, delivered exceptional results last year, making it unlikely that Ferrari would consider altering a successful formula. Stability is often the key to endurance racing, and disrupting team chemistry could jeopardize their competitive edge. Given these factors, many believe that Perez's link to Ferrari may not materialize. Instead, another possibility gaining traction is that Perez might take a sabbatical year in 2025. This theory has been reinforced by recent comments from Red Bull's team principal, as well as Perez's father, who stated that the driver has little interest in competing outside Formula One. If true, this would leave Perez on the sidelines, waiting for the right opportunity to return to the pinnacle of motorsport. The uncertainty surrounding Perez's future has sparked widespread debate among fans and analysts. On one hand, some believe the Mexican driver still has much to offer in Formula One. His experience, skill, and resilience could make him an asset to a mid-tier team looking to climb the grid. On the other hand, others argue that Perez's time in Formula One has run its course, and it might be wiser for him to pivot to a new chapter in his career, whether that's in endurance racing, other motorsport categories, or even a more advisory or ambassadorial role within the sport. As fans, we're left wondering, what's next for Sergio Perez? Can he stage a comeback in Formula One? Or is this the end of his journey in the sport? Should he embrace the challenge of a new discipline, like endurance racing, or take a year off to regroup and reassess his options? These are difficult questions, and only time will reveal the answers. One thing is certain, Perez's career has been anything but ordinary. From his early days fighting for a spot on the grid to securing race wins with Red Bull, he has demonstrated incredible determination and talent. Whether this chapter marks a temporary setback or the closing act remains to be seen. But whatever path he chooses, Perez's legacy as a fierce competitor will remain intact. What about you? Do you believe Perez still has what it takes to return to Formula One? Or do you think it's time for him to explore new horizons? Share your thoughts and join the conversation as we await the next developments in this fascinating story. The 2025 season may not include Sergio Perez on the grid, but his name will surely continue to resonate in the world of motorsport. The big news in Formula One today comes from Red Bull. Sergio Perez will not continue with the team in 2025. Taking his place will be Lian Lawson, a young and promising talent who now has the opportunity of a lifetime. However, this opportunity comes with immense pressure. Lawson will be racing alongside Max Verstappen, one of the most dominant drivers in the history of the sport. Verstappen's incredible consistency and pace have overshadowed all his teammates in recent years, often leading to their premature exits. Now, Lawson must prove he can succeed where others have faltered. Despite the weight of expectation, Red Bull's management is confident in Lawson's abilities. Helmut Marko, the team's influential advisor and a key figure in selecting drivers, offered high praise for the young talent. Liam Lawson is mentally the strongest of our young drivers. While he has limited experience, his potential for growth is exceptional, said Marko. However, Marko's remarks weren't all praise. He also delivered a clear and somewhat controversial piece of advice. Lawson must accept that he won't be able to beat Verstappen. No one can, Marko stated bluntly. According to him, Lawson's success at Red Bull will not come from trying to surpass Verstappen, but rather from focusing on his own development and contributing to the team's success. Marko warned Lawson against making the same mistakes as previous teammates, like Sergio Perez, who in his efforts to beat Verstappen, took unnecessary risks. Perez often experimented with radical car setups or adopted strategies with little chance of success. Marko emphasized that challenging Verstappen directly is a dangerous game, one that history has shown rarely ends well. Instead, Lawson's best path forward is to embrace his role, learn from Verstappen, and grow within the team structure. This pragmatic advice has sparked lively debate among fans and commentators. Should Lawson accept the role of second driver and prioritize long-term stability, or should he strive to defy the odds and aim to dethrone Verstappen? While playing it safe might seem prudent, some argue that Formula One is a sport for the ambitious and daring. After all, greatness often comes from challenging the status quo, even if the odds are against you. Lawson now finds himself at a critical juncture in his career. Will he follow Marko's advice, focusing on incremental growth and ensuring his place within the Red Bull family? Or will he take the riskier path, attempting to disrupt Verstappen's reign and cement his own legacy? The answer will likely define Lawson's trajectory in the sport. As we look ahead to the 2025 season, one thing is certain. All eyes will be on Lawson to see how he handles the immense pressure of being Verstappen's teammate. What about you? Do you agree with Marco's pragmatic advice? Or do you think Lawson should aim higher, even if it means risking everything? Share your thoughts as we gear up for what promises to be an intriguing chapter in Formula One's ever-evolving narrative.